Morning guys, hope everybody's doing good. Got me a fat one right there. This is Shane and Chris doing our weekly installment of the fishing report. I'm gonna let this fish go real quick. Morning guys, hope everybody's doing good. Like I said, this is a weekly installment of the fishing report. Last week when we talked, I gotta catch my breath. Last week when we talked, there was a lot of fish on the bed. There was a lot of fish up shallow, a lot of fish spawning. A lot has changed since then. If you guys will note, if you guys have been paying any attention, we've had some cool weather and we've had a lot of wind and we've had a lot of rain. I don't know that I ever remember the wind blowing as hard as what it's blown in the last couple of weeks for it to be April. And what that has done is, like this morning, it was 39 degrees when I put the boat in the water this morning. And there's been 3 or 4 mornings in a row where I had frost on the windshield of my truck. And it's changed a lot of things. A lot of the fish that were up spawning, all this cool weather and rising dirty water has brought a lot of that to a screeching halt. What has happened is those fish have got up there where they've committed. And once they commit, they're not going to go back out. And what's happened is they've got up there shallow where they're going to spawn, and they're not going to spawn until everything stabilizes. I'm sure there's probably still some fish on the bed, but what's happened, the lakes have all come up and they've all got a lot of color to them. The water is real dirty and you just can't see them anymore. A lot of the fish were probably spawning and now they've got 1.5 or 2 foot of dirty water over the top of them, and you just can't see them. So what you got to do is, the one thing that I really like to do when they do like that, the one thing that I really like to throw is a vibrating jig. And this is the one that Dave's Tournament Tackle makes. It's a 1/2 ounce with a shad colored skirt. That's an Ultra Vibe Speed Crawl trailer on the back of it. That's one of the trailers that I really like to use on my chatterbait. And what I like to do with the wind and the dirty water is I go up and fish where I think the fish were probably getting ready to spawn, and they're still in those same places. You just put the trolling motor down and you just cover a lot of water and you throw this thing and you fish very shallow. Like I told you last week, when you think you're fishing shallow, fish shallow, where fish get so shallow, especially when you have rising water. When the water comes up and it gets dirty, those fish will move right up with it because they were up there getting ready to bed, and now this has stopped. And the water temperature was 57 degrees when I put the boat in the water this morning. Basically what's happened is we're having late March and late April. If you guys will remember, around the end of March it was 85 degrees, and there for about 2 weeks it felt more like late April. Well, it feels like late March now, and the fish are acting like it's late March. They've stopped spawning, but they're up there where they're going to spawn, because like I said, they won't, once they commit, they're not going to move back out. And there's a couple of different things you can catch them. A spinnerbait's a really good thing to throw. I like to throw a blade roller spinnerbait that Dave makes, but the one thing that I really like to throw is a vibrating jig, and that's this one right here. But it's probably going to be like this. I looked at the weather forecast and it doesn't look like it's going to change any in the next week or week and a half. Looks like we're going to get a lot more rain tomorrow night, maybe 1.5 inches. And what that's going to do is the lake's going to stay dirty. They're going to stay up. And these fish those fish that have not spawned yet are not going to spawn until everything gets right. When everything gets right and stabilizes, the lake stabilizes, then they'll move up and they'll finish their spawning ritual. But in the meantime, they're going to stay right up there where they're at. So if you guys get a chance to go this week, in the next couple of weeks, tie you on a vibrating jig. Go to some of the lakes, got some color to it. Just put your trolling motor down and go fish. Everybody stay safe. Thanks. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week. See you.